Hello again, it's Jack. This is to do with a vision I've had, and yeah, it's rather controversial because it has to do with the governments, has to do with those people we put our faith in. Trump, Trudeau, Ford, and can't help but thinking, going on a 4-year term, that's all they're doing. I can't see a futuristic plan. What are we going to do in the future with anything? Now, I understand Trudeau is a little different. We have the best. The laws for our nature are so extreme, it's unbelievable. And that's a good thing. However, here's what I don't understand. History's showing us, even in Britain, when Newgate prisons were so full they had no place to put the prisoners, Australia became a populated area because they shipped everybody there. Now, Ford's addressing Ontario Works, ODSP, and I'm sitting there thinking, that's a symptom. Doctors handle symptoms. We've become a symptomatic world. Actually, we could go countries, because hats off to Germany, hats off to you. They're looking at the future and trying to handle past problems, but they're addressing the problems. And this isn't addressing the problems. We have a Niagara poverty reduction program, an association working to reduce. They work hard to reduce poverty. And you're talking about cutting OW, cutting ODSP. Bob Ray did that. Bob Ray cut what people got from social services because he said he could find places for $350 a month to rent. I don't know what slums he was looking at. Here, a 1-bedroom, you're lucky to find a 1-bedroom apartment under $700. So, what do you got to do? Go up to somebody on the street and say, hey, George, I don't really know you, but in order for us to even have a house over our head or a roof over our head, we got to split this. So why don't you move in with me, because all we get is $469 and the rent there is $700, but we can at least have a roof over our head. Food to eat, well, we'll just go to all the churches. You're not helping. You're not helping the problem. Problem is, everything is so goddamn high and expensive, it's unbelievable. So what are you going to do? I'll tell you what you're doing. You're making a whole group of ethnic individuals very, very happy. You've taxed cigarettes out of the ballpark. And the natives, they're making millions that could be in your coffers, except no, we're going to tax them. Costs probably $1.25 to make a package of cigarettes. I buy 3 packages in the store, and guess what? I've spent everything I spent for a whole month getting native cigarettes in 3 days. See, your problem isn't this or that, but you're creating a criminal society. Think about depression when they banned booze. You did the same thing. You lost probably $2, $3, $4 million a year because alcohol can't be advertised. Oh, it's bad for our kids. I'm sure that decreased drunk driving. Smoking hasn't gone down. You don't see it out there because the natives are selling all your cigarettes. You're not handling the problems. You're handling symptoms. You need more money. Figure out the problems. Look at a future. Not 4 years from now, 10, 20 years from now. What do you want for the people of Canada? Not what you want for the major corporations that are backing your goddamn program. Like, whatever happened to we the people? I'm getting rather excited about this, so I think I'm going to cut it off. But I want to remind you, the number one thing in the world today, or North America today, not the world, for one business, is where do we put the prisoners? They're full. And I have friends that do something every 6 months so they can go and have steak on Friday in prison. I can't even afford steak. So I think you really have to look at it. Because you're not handling the problems, you're only handling symptoms. And you're only handling, what do I need to do for the next 4 years to get reelected for the following 4 years? You know what? You're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna make corporations happy. You're not gonna make people happy. But unemployment is going up. People can't afford to live. And you're looking at reducing things. It doesn't wash. It's not common sense. Common sense is what's supposed to be the big thing in society. Well, if our government lacks common sense, who's going to follow who? You're creating another criminal society where people impoverished are going to rise up. We got to survive too. We're either going to end up in jail and get caught, or we're not going to get caught and we're going to live. And that's all I'm going to say. So look at it. My vision isn't a good one. If it's not handled, you're going to have internal conflict unbelievable because you're really not doing your job. Anyhow, I understand prime ministers and presidents are supposed to look at their country on a global aspect, and premiers and state governors are supposed to look at it as their state or their province. But I think the overall ends up, what is the prime minister and president going to do with state governors that basically put a plunger to the impoverished and only act for those who make money? I'll talk to you later.